Howdy guys! Today we are going to be playing with lighting, and I picked up this Neewer TL120C wand light. It's a 4-foot version. It was significantly cheaper than the Amaran aperture ones, so I've had pretty good experience with Neewer stuff, so I was like, I'll try it out. I've been seeing YouTubers using it for their lighting, trying to learn more about good lighting and whatnot as I go with making videos, because I'm finding it fun, I'm enjoying myself. And I've got this little corner back here where I've been filming my videos, and it's just slowly but surely getting better. But let's go ahead and unbox this. I figure though this would give me more options within my office because it's very dark. Even though I do have 2 decent sized windows, I just don't get the greatest natural lighting. So it comes with a nice little bag. That's cool. I didn't think it would come with this. I was like, I'm just gonna have it sitting up against the wall the whole time. But I figured I could prop it up behind me where my seat is, and then I'll have this lamp. I like to just move it back and forth between that area and here. Oh, it has a battery. I didn't know that. So it's charging. Like I said, I was literally just gonna throw it in the corner, use it for videos, and then when I'm done, maybe unplug it, put it in a different corner. So the light's on now. Point it over here to make it more cold, make it warmer. Cool. Looks like a lightsaber. So I matched it up with the color of the lantern I have here. I'm gonna go ahead and move stuff around. So I'll try to put a screenshot of who the creator was that pretty much popularized this, because I've seen several other creators do the same setup. But I really like it so far. I mean, we've been using it over in the Warhammer studio. Now that it's here in my office, I had just a standard, super cheap stand that I was using with those initial product photo lights that I had. I bought a Neewer light panel, and that's what I was initially using for this whole area here. And it honestly was fine. I feel like I didn't need to bring this in here, but this gives me more options because of the lantern, because of the exchangeable soft boxes that it has on it. So I'm excited to play with the new ones that I'm gonna get and see the difference between them all. Because honestly, even if I just kept this stand here and I threw this back in the box, I mean, I could just put the one light panel on here and I'd still have a sturdier product that's on wheels. I still have this camera thing here that allows me to, you know, if I really wanted to, I could record all on one, just like that one video suggested. But what I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be putting the iPad on this mount for my phone, and then my phone is usually used here on this, and I just put it here on this table, and that's good enough for me. Like, everything's centered. Put the lamp back here, and then I'm in frame. Whee! This. So I do have it at 100%. I probably shouldn't do that. So that's kind of what the idea I was thinking. I liked the X pattern, bringing it up here. Wow, this is like super blown out. So the only reason I had it this bright was for the top-down view. So I clearly do not need it this bright at all. I'm just gonna get everything set up the way I kind of envisioned it. Now the only issue I was really having in this spot was the lighting from here. It was kind of a pro and con. During the day, it was giving me a nice soft light on the side, but at night, when there was no light coming from here, I was kind of just stuck with the one light on the side and then the one behind me, which honestly works fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this just to kind of see how it looks. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to try a color. A nice Baja Blast green blue. Now it does feel like that battery is pretty hot. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna lower this to maybe 50% brightness because it does look like it's kind of blown out a bit. Honestly, I wouldn't make these lights this cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and mess with that. I like a little more warmth to my tone. I feel like I'm already pretty light complected. Okay, so I changed this to a warmer tone. We've got the green back here. It is splashing onto these blinds. Doesn't look bad though. It's kind of cool. And then I need to change this one now. So I don't have the app connected for this one. I just don't care. I just try to match that light there, and it really brings a lot more warmth to the space. So we're looking at about 2500 Kelvin. I'm assuming that's what it is. That looks nice. I think this is a little too high right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down. Since it's a lantern, I don't think I have to point it directly at me. I can give it more of an angle. Maybe that's ideal. Probably bring it a little closer. I've seen some creators put it pretty dang close to themselves. Really gotta squeeze on in here. So I've got a pretty good light here. Someone mentioned a little triangle on the cheek is ideally what you want to go for. But when you have glasses, it's a little hard because if I look up, you kind of see the light. It's not too bad though with the lantern, honestly. I feel like it's soft enough because when I had the light panel, it was like an obvious glare in my glasses. This looks all right. I definitely feel like I'm the subject and my face is much more lit up than it was by bringing it closer. It is like pretty close. That iPad cam can see it a little better. I am very curious how the umbrella octagonal softboxes will react compared to just the lantern. I got my two octagonal softboxes. We've got NS65P with Neewer and Neewer model NS21P. Looks like this is supposed to open up. Okay. You just pull on this little clamp thing on the side right here. Locks it in. Okay. Then we put the softbox and the Velcro in there. What I like about these cob light things is how easy it is to just swap them out. They look pretty. This might actually be the 24 one then. I had to take the ring out of the adapter part. I'm gonna have to put this on first. That's pretty nice. Definitely low key compared to the lantern, which feels gigantic in comparison. That's pretty good. I'm gonna try it a little warmer. Oh, that's as warm as it gets. Interesting. I'm gonna blast it to like 25% and we'll see how much brighter that is. For me, that looks too bright, but you guys tell me. And let's go ahead and set up so we can open the 17-inch umbrella. Dispersal. How does this work? Oh, okay. You have to click each one. It's a little less convenient than the larger one. Maybe like this. Yeah, look at that. It's like significantly smaller. Like that is, oh my gosh, just looking at myself in the camera with this is super small compared to this. It's tiny, it's a little guy. The thing is, the panel that I have, the LED panel that I have, I kind of want to fish it out now. Yeah, the panel that I have is a Neewer as well. And I believe this is also, yeah, it's 17. But at that point, like I said, I could just install it on here instead of my cheap stand like I had been doing. And then just return these umbrellas, and then I have the lantern for when I want to do a full fill. So I almost feel like I'm like wasting my time with this. 5% at the dimmest light. Okay, this is filmed with the Neewer 17-inch umbrella. It is significantly smaller, but I feel like we're accomplishing a similar light. I do really like this light here though. This is starting to grow on me. So I initially kind of intended for it to be a little more straight up like this. That's pretty nice. It looked like it was coming forward a little too much. Maybe if I just a little bit. That way it's like kind of intersecting with that sword back there. Okay, not too shabby. Try straightforward. Huh. I don't know now. So I realized I've been using the soft boxes without the grid, and it completely changes how it's looking. The grid pattern, how that affects the setup. I feel like it makes a big difference. I think I'm really liking the smaller one because of that. Okay, this is being filmed with the 17-inch softbox with the grid, and I definitely feel like I notice a difference. So I do feel like it's a little more dramatic, and it doesn't seem like the back is getting lit up nearly as much as it was without the grid. So that's a pretty cool detail. So I'm gonna try this again with the 24-inch and the grid on that one, because like I said, I forgot to put the grid on both of them. So I'm gonna check it out. Go. Okay. Leaving the settings the exact same. It's pointing in the exact same direction. Okay. This is being filmed with the 24-inch softbox with the grid. I feel like I'm getting just about the exact same light. I guess I'll look back at them in post and see, but this looks more or less the same as the 17, but maybe it's in my head. But knowing that this one's bigger, I feel like the back is lit up a little bit more, but that might just be me rationalizing the larger surface space of softbox that is illuminating the back here. So that's that, and that's pretty much the only thing I think I missed, because I did all of them without the grid, and then I tried the lantern, which definitely lit up the whole space, which is fine. I mean, if you're going for like a brighter look. But I was very curious to see with these softboxes because of the grid, and I can't believe I completely forgot, and I just thought it didn't come with it. I don't know what I thought that was in the package. I just thought it was extra Velcro or something. I definitely noticed the difference, at least with the first one. This one, I feel like things look a little brighter, and I only have it at 5% at 2500 Kelvin, so I don't really have it on that high. But yeah, let's see. So that's pretty much all of them. So this being much bigger, I feel like I'm going to prefer the smaller one, honestly. If I'm getting the same look, and I could potentially leave this on, this just seems like it would be the go-to for any kind of smaller shot. And then I have a big strong light, so I just don't really see the need for this, honestly, now that I've got it. But I'm glad I got to check them both out, because there was a comment that said this is a good softbox, but it's not something they would recommend to someone for their first light box. And I could see why. If you don't have a lantern like I do, that's probably the better option, or even a larger one. But because I have the option to swap between them, this seems like it accomplishes what I need from a grid and a directional light compared to the softbox and whatnot. And I mean, if you get a larger softbox, 2 foot or even bigger, if you have the grid, I could see why that would be the only thing you really need. And honestly, when I didn't have the grid on, it did light up the area more or less the same as the lantern. Just seems like there's a lot of versatility, a lot of options. So that's pretty much it. I'm Palm City Samurai. Thank you for joining me while I play with some lighting. Figuring things out in the studio. Like and subscribe.